If you want to instantly double the amount of credit card options you have available, then you need to be looking at business credit cards. Business credit cards help us earn valuable points and miles that we can use for free hotel stays and flights. Today, I'm going to give you all the details of the 7 best business credit cards you should be thinking about in 2022. Let's hit it. Hey travelers, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Guy, and on this channel, we give you the tools and techniques you need to plan your dream vacation on any budget. Today, I'm gonna give you a breakdown of the best business credit cards I see on the market today. Business credit cards are OP when it comes to getting extra value from your everyday spending, and frankly, if you're not using business credit cards, then you could be leaving value on the table. I know business credit cards can be confusing, so this video will cover what you should look for in a business credit card. Business credit cards are a great option when you're looking to vastly increase your credit card options and build out an ideal credit card strategy for yourself. Make sure you stick around to the end where I share why using business credit cards is even more powerful when combined with using personal credit cards. Now, I won't be covering how to apply for these cards in this video, but I'll be covering that in another video shortly, so make sure you subscribe if you want to see that in the future. Now, let's hop into the list. Now, I already know I'm going to see the comments below talking about the cards I didn't include, so let's start off with what makes these cards the best business credit cards in my opinion. Rules of the road when selecting the right credit card really comes down to 3 things: the sign-up bonus, your spending habits, and your redemption options. By maximizing these options, we can get the most overall rewards from these credit cards. Let's start with sign-up bonuses. Sign-up bonuses, we're looking for cards that are going to give us the most amount of value, and one easy way to do that is with a huge sign-up bonus. The more points, the better. Now, while points aren't all created equal, generally speaking, we want points that are more transferable and flexible as we have the most redemption options. The second thing to consider is we want to find credit cards that align with our spending habits. When choosing a credit card, we want to consider ones that give us the maximum rewards in the areas that we spend the most. We want cards that have high points multipliers in the areas we're planning to spend the most. This could be restaurants, flights, hotel stays, groceries, and more. The third thing we want to consider is strong redemption options. Earning points is great, but what's the point if you can't use them or redeem them for the things that you really want to use them for? When picking a credit card, look for cards that offer the rewards you want to get the most from. This can be for cash back, flights, hotels, or just overall value. I redeem my points for flights and hotels and have found that this way I can get the most overall value. If you have any questions on how I picked the cards on the list, go ahead and leave a comment below. Now, let's move over to the computer and review the picks. Okay, so let's jump into our first card here, which is going to be the American Express Blue Business Cash Card. Now, I like this card for a few reasons, one of which is that it has a 0 annual fee. That is going to be super helpful especially when you're building up credit card inventory over time. This is going to be a good complimentary card. It's also a really good card for anyone that's going to spend up to $50,000 per year, because one of my credit card rules is you should never get less than 2% back. Now, this card is going to give you 2% cash back on all purchases. It's going to come in the form of cash back, which I don't love, but it is 2% cash back on all eligible purchases up to $50K. It has a relatively small sign-up bonus, $250. Not the greatest, but hey, it's a bonus and we'll take it, and there's no annual fee, so there's really no downside to picking up this card. Again, I think this is going to be a good complimentary card for anyone that already has some personal cards in their lineup or just getting started with their business. You will need good to excellent credit here. The recommendation is about 670 and above from that perspective. And again, it's a pretty simple card, but sometimes having something simple is great. So for that, it's my number 7 card. Hopping into our number 6 card is the World of Hyatt Business Credit Card. Now, Hyatt is a chain that I'm increasingly liking. I used to be team SPG, but since the merger with Marriott, Hyatt is really trying to take the lead in the hotel space. So if you're looking for a hotel card, this is going to be my top recommendation here. It's only going to be applicable for people who want to redeem at Hyatt, but I'll explain why in a moment. So looking at our factors, the sign-up bonus, 60,000 bonus points is really great for Hyatt points. I've seen some incredible redemptions about the 30,000 range. for hotels here in California that would cost $2,000 or $3,000. So you can get some insane redemptions with this. So we really like the Hyatt points here, and 60,000 is a ton. So we have plenty of options we're going to have from that perspective. As far as spending rates, right? 9x when you shop at Hyatt. So if you're planning on going to a hotel, I'm recommending Hyatt nowadays. You're also going to get 2x on your top 3 spending categories each quarter. So this is like the Amex Gold card here, where it's going to be flexible. You don't have to think about it. You can swipe this card a lot, and whatever your top purchases are, your top categories, you're going to get the 2x on. So that is a pretty strong way to align your top spending habits with this card. If you monitor this very closely, you can just put your top 3 categories on this card and put all your other spend on something else. Or if you just want to set it and forget it, this is a good flexible option there, so you don't have to think about the rotating categories. 2x bonus points on fitness clubs and gym memberships. My gym membership's only $25 a month, so you get 50 points a month, which is, it's nice. It's a little extra. And then you get 1x on everything else, which is the norm. Again, I typically like to have at least 2x points on everything that I'm spending on. So I would focus on my top 3 categories and put it here, or I would probably just put all of my Hyatt spending on this and call it a day. So from those 3 top categories, pretty solid from that. The one thing I'll call out is a $199 annual fee, a little bit higher than I want to see for this card. However, you can offset this with a $100 a year Hyatt credit. So what happens is you'll get that in the form of 2 $50 credits a year on stays. So if you plan on staying at Hyatt 2 or more times, you're going to get $100 off that annual fee, bringing the total annual fee down to $99, the effective rate. So for $99, if you're planning on staying at Hyatt, definitely has some value. But even if you just want this for the sign-up bonus, you'll absolutely make up for that on the redemptions, which are pretty high. You will need good to excellent credit, so you need about 670 or more for this card. And for those reasons, that's why this is my number 6. It's only going to be really good if you're planning on staying at Hyatt, but if you are looking for a hotel card, this is the one I would recommend. Okay, so coming in at number 5 on our list is the Inc. Business Preferred Credit Card. Now, this card, I have to say, comes with a massive sign-up bonus of 100,000 Chase points. Chase is one of the most flexible and most valuable points we have in the industry today. So this is a massive offer, one of the best you're going to see. A lot of people get this card just for the bonus alone, but there's more to that. There's also 3x. You get 1 to 3x on each of your spend. The 3x points are going to come on the first $150,000 you spend on combined in travel, shipping, internet, cable, phone services, advertising with social media, so something like a Facebook ads, and search engines each year. So you're going to get, this is from a category spend perspective, this is really if you're using this on all your business purchases, right? If you have an industry, something that's shipping or spending a lot on internet and cable, you're going to get 3x on that. You're going to get the 1x on everything else. So this isn't the best card for everyday spend unless you're really using it for those strong business categories. But I love this card because it has a massive bonus. It's really good for frequent business travelers who are going to spend in the bonus categories. They're going to get the most value out of this. You're going to have no foreign transaction fees. So again, good for travel. Good for, you can add an extra employee card if you want. You can manage that it's going to have good categories for any business expenses. Now, it does come with a moderate fee, $95. I think that's fine. It's kind of what I expect in this area. But again, that 100,000 points is going to be a massive value. I think the current value is about 2.2 for each Chase card. So you're going to get a bunch of rewards here. You will need above 670 in your credit score. And other than that, there's not a lot of downsides here. So I really like this card. So it's number 5 on my list. Number 4 on my list is another Chase Inc. card, and this is the Inc. Business Cash Card. Now, this card has a much, much smaller bonus. It's only $750, which is still pretty massive compared to some of the other ones that we've seen, right? That's straight cash. That's going to be instant value. And the whopping thing about this is it comes with 0 annual fee. So this is an easy pickup for anyone. No annual fee. Add this to your collection, collect the $750, and you're already ahead. But It also is going to have some key categories, earning 5% cash back on the first $250K spent in combined purchases at office supply stores, internet, cable, phone services each year. And then you're going to get 2% cash back on the first $25K spent in combined purchases at gas stations and restaurants each year. Now, I don't know if you've seen the gas prices lately, but they are insane. And I would love to get an extra 2% cash back on all of those purchases. For me, gas stations and restaurants are kind of some of the things we spend a lot of the money on in these credit card categories. So this is a no-brainer. You get a ton of value here. So while it's a smaller bonus than the other ink, I like this one more because of the no annual fee. And it has, in my opinion, categories that align with more people's spending. So this is a better card for every day. And I really like the categories, and it's a pretty solid welcome bonus. Some of the cons, though, there is a spending cap on each of those bonuses, but if you're hitting in those areas, then you can look for other cards. Although I think a lot of people won't spend this much on a single card. So I think this is going to be pretty applicable for most folks, which is why it's coming in at number 4 on my list. Number 3 on my list is the American Express Business Gold Card. And I love this card. Let's start off with the bonus. That's 70,000 Amex points, the membership reward program. A very strong program, much in the same tier as the Chase reward program, and 70,000 is very generous from that perspective. But what I really like about this too is how it aligns with the spending categories. So we're going to get 4x points in the 2 selected categories where you spend the most each month. So just like that Hyatt, you don't have to think about it. This is a really good daily driver card. You can put all of your things on it, and you're going to get the 4x on the 2 categories that you spend the most on. Now, 4x is pretty massive, and you haven't seen that on any other cards so far. The way to optimize this, obviously, is just to spend the money on those 2 categories that you know you're going to spend the most on in the month, and then spend everything else on another card that might get you 2x. But this is also going to be a good way to get into some of the Amex card. This is definitely a solid business card but you can really justify the annual fee with the mass rewards through the 4x multiplier there. You also get a 25% airline bonus when you're using for points when eligible with Amex Travel. Now, the thing is, it does have a pretty massive annual fee coming in at $295. In order to offset that, they have a lot of rebates that you would have to sign up for and make sure that you leverage. But you can bring the average cost of this down to effectively 0 each year. If you're using things like the bonuses and then offsetting it with the extra bonuses you're going to get on spending categories. So for that, I really love this card. I think it's super flexible, and it's going to make you align on some of the spending categories. I can use this as a daily driver if you're only going to have one card, or if you want to optimize it, just put the 2 main categories that you spend on this and put your others on another card to make sure you get that 2x on every dollar you spend. Coming in at number 2 is the 3rd Chase Ink card. And these Chase Ink cards are just fantastic. It's hard to go wrong with any of them. But I like this one because it's so simple. You get the same $750 bonus that you had before on the last ink. But this one is straightforward. You get 1.5% cash back on every purchase you make, and it has a 0 annual fee. So this is an easy include to anyone's strategy. If at any given point you're not getting that 2%, or any point you're only going to get 1%, here's a card you can just put everything on. So anything that you know you're not going to get a bonus for, you can just put it on this card. Again, it's going to have no annual fee. You can let this card sit in your wallet as long as you need it and only use it on those ancillary purchases as needed. And you get a really decent intro bonus. So again, you can't really go wrong with any of these Chase cards, but I like this card for how simple it is. This is going to pair well with a lot of these business cards, but it's going to pair really nicely with your personal card collection as well here. Okay, and I saved the best for last. Number 1 on the list is the Blue Business Plus credit card from American Express. And this card is one of my all-time favorite business credit cards, and for the simple reason that you get 2x membership reward points on every dollar you spend. That's huge. So why I love this is an easy complimentary card to any other card in your wallet, right? So if you're going to get 4x on the top 2 categories from your gold, put the rest on this card and you're going to get 2x. The last ink card, which I really, really like as well, no annual fee, only has that 1.5x multiplier. And I did go back and forth on which one I liked more. The ink card doesn't have a limit on what you get that 1.5 on. This card does. It's only going to accomplish for the first 50K in purchases you spend per year. For most people, you're not going to worry about that threshold. You're probably putting your other spend on your top spending categories and other cards. And so the ancillary, to hit 50K in ancillary purchases in each year, at that point, you're probably looking at multiple credit cards anyway, so you're going to get so much value from this card up into that first 50K. So I would recommend this card for almost everyone who's thinking about it. You do need the 600 or 670 credit score and above. Other than that, you're going to have a great Amex card. You're going to get the membership rewards, which is a top tier rewards category, very transferable points. You're going to get the 15K bonus, which is a nice sign-up bonus, but another card that has no annual fee, and you can just set it and forget it. You can put all of your ancillary spend on this card. And for that reason, I absolutely love it. This is the card that pairs well with any other card. So while bonuses and spendings change a lot, this card remains very consistent. And that's what you want in your business credit card, something that's going to be consistent. And you probably already have some personal cards, so this will help offset and fill in any gaps that you might have in your strategy. So, and for that reason, this is my favorite business credit card. All right, and those are the cards. Let me know in the comments, which one of these cards are you thinking about picking up? And if you're looking to pick up any of these cards, consider using my affiliate link in the description below. I'll get a small commission and it helps me keep creating content like this. I mentioned at the start of the video that using business and personal cards together is one of the strongest ways to create a holistic points and miles strategy. Business credit cards open up a whole new list of options to incorporate into your points and miles strategy, but they're best when they're paired with the best personal cards too. By combining personal cards and business cards, you can create a simple strategy to earn anywhere from 10x to 2x points on every dollar spent. However, you need to know which personal cards pair well with others, or you'll end up having more cards than you need. Make sure you click this video on the right to learn more about the best personal cards that I recommend today.